check in with Stuart Kaplan, a former FBI special agent and a criminal defense attorney. Good to see you, Stuart. All right, so I would think if he doesn't have his passport, I doubt the guy's a survivalist. I'm guessing they're probably going to catch him.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, you have the United States Marshal Service Fugitive Apprehension Unit. They're the best, not only here in the United States, but across the board in the world. They're comprised of multiple federal agencies on the state level and local level. They have the best technology out there for law enforcement, whether it's to look into his banking records, his telephone records, GPS technology. They're going to quickly be able to ascertain as to whether or not he tried to get out of the United States. I think that probably has already been established as to whether or not he would have had the means to get out of the United States. One thing, Dan, that caught my eye is you pulled up during your intro on this story the special conditions attached to his bond. And one of the things that caught my eye is that there was a box check that if directed through probation for him to submit to a medical exam or a psychiatric exam. And the fact that his lawyer said that I hope he's safe. I've just been down this road many, many times, and I'm just wondering if there may have been too much pressure on him and whether or not this is more of an indication that he may have decided or may have had a mental breakdown, and maybe, unfortunately, it may end up being the worst with respect to just not wanting to confront or deal with his trial up there in Maryland.
And I have to say, yeah, his lawyer has used phrases about hoping he's safe, et cetera, et cetera. Also, his wife has to be careful here, right? Now that he's a fugitive, if she knows anything and she helps cover it up, she could be in legal trouble herself.
Yeah, no question about it. Look, the family will be admonished. They will be told that do not in any way interject yourself as being an accessory to a system in trying to evade apprehension. And keep in mind, he will now be charged with another crime, and that's the unlawful flight from prosecution, basically jumping bond. And so the family members, and this is where it's very painful for the loved ones, they too will end up under the microscope. To some extent, whether it's physical or technical surveillance, their lives now will be turned upside down. And that's the unfortunate collateral damage with respect to this type of high-profile case.
It does seem bizarre that he thought, based on the facts as we know them, that he could get away with it, right? This idea of saying, oh, the governor signed off on it. This is not a little bit of money, right? This isn't like a, few $100s. This is $233,000 severance. He's saying the governor signed off on. It's the sort of thing that's going to get checked.
Yeah, no question about it. Look, this is not your sophisticated type of criminal. This is a typical white-collar type of situation. I think if I was his defense attorney, I would be arguing that this is the aberrant type of behavior, one little misjudgment in his total 53 years of life. I am quite surprised that this case was positioned to go to trial. I think that there is more than circumstantial evidence. There's actual direct evidence that links him to, it seems that beyond a reasonable doubt, that I think that this was a layup for the government to be able to prove his guilt. And so it's quite surprising. And again, it may be towards, I think, his mental health issues that may end up playing out here.
We'll see. Stuart Kaplan, thank you. Appreciate it. Banfield.
Always my pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.